What is the difference between git pull and git pull rebase? Okay, so let me talk about a scenario. For example, in a developer is working the code and he developed from A to B. Another developer is working on the same code and he has developed from A to C. Now, for example, this developer one, okay, this developer has already pushed the code into the GitHub. Okay, now when this person will be trying to push the code, it will give an error. Why? Because here in GitHub, okay, it is already A and then B, and the root pointer will be pointing to this B. Okay, so obviously here the root pointer is A, so that's why this kind of conflict will come. To resolve this kind of conflicts, what normally we do that we do the git pull. We do the git pull. Okay, there is nothing wrong to use git pull, but what will happen? Let's take a scenario and try to understand. Okay, for example, this is a node you have developed up to this, but you have to do the git pull. So git pull, what git pull will do that? Like from A to B, for example, it is there. Now, for example, sorry, from A to C it is there, and now you want to do the git pull from GitHub to your own local. So it will create like this, and later on it will get merged and it will merge into D. That is the concept of git pull. Okay, so what it will do that, like it will merge like this. Then again, if all the developers are working like this kind of commit history it will look like. So does it look like good? No, because when you will be going through a product development and if you see this kind of commit history, it looks a little bit confusing that what is the stage, like at what stage what kind of component has been built up. So this kind of conflict will come, right? It will like this also. So this kind of to avoid this kind of diagrams, okay, in your commit history, I will suggest you to go for, okay, git pull rebase. Now what is this? It is nothing but in case of git pull rebase, what will happen that if you see here, okay, for example, I have developed up to C. Now for example, I have to do the git pull rebase. Now what will happen that as of now this part will be taken away and then it will pull the entire one. The previous one will be entered and this one will be added like this. Okay, this one will be added like this. So it is a streamline motion, if you could see. Okay, it is a streamline motion. Okay, streamline like linear, like, okay, it's a normal linear line, it is there. Okay, not this kind of complex one. Now there are two questions. If any conflict comes, while doing the git pull, okay, if we are having any kind of conflict, we can use the merge. Okay, we can easily merge the code and we can check, okay, which one we want to take. Okay, either it is from the like the new one or the pulled one, which one it is, it depends on that. But in case of git rebase, there is no option like that. Okay, git rebase is something like, for example, you are working on function A, for example function 1, I am working on the function 2 on the same file. Okay, then it is okay, there will not be any much conflict. But if both of us, like for example both the developers are working for the same function for the same block, then obviously git conflict will come up, correct? So at that situation, okay, we don't know either what my fellow developers will do. Obviously we will be knowing from the sprint planning and all, but for for normal, like any scenario, I'm saying that we don't know either he or she has made some changes in my part or not. For example, I'm just taking a example. Okay, in that case what will happen that we will this one will give an error, it will show. And to resolve that error, you have to use a command which is called git rebase abort. Okay, this command will abort the entire process and it will keep your code into the previous situation, like in your local. Okay, and then you can do the git pull again. So that's a simple thing which I wanted to follow, like convey. Actually the point is like entire conclusion, if I draw the conclusion, that first you try to use the git pull rebase. If it is working, that is fine. If it is not working, use this command and then again do the git pull. That's it.